Namato Ratanatayasa. May I pay homage to Triple Zim, the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. My respect goes to my parents and my teachers. So today is 10th Sunday, May. This is Achan Sujan from Varapunya Meditation Center, Aberdeen, Scotland. Hello everyone, good evening. Hello Karina, hello Margaret, hello Ranjani, Danmaya, Sukyos, and hi everyone. And I hope that if you are in Scotland, you will be experiencing a different weather today. So sunshine one time, so warm, and then suddenly snowfall, and then suddenly wind, and suddenly again sunshine. So in one day we have a four weather today. So this is Scotland. Weather changes in the same day, 4 seasons. So today is Sunday, and hello Manish, hello Ruth, hello Prani, hello John, Paul, Manish. So before I go ahead with the further discussions, I would like to read out or just to summarize a few feedbacks and questions I received. Feedback from Colin, and also feedback basically from Colin about his practice and keep practicing, which is good. And there is one question came from Damayanti Werake. I think she's from Australia. She wrote her reflection and saying that in this time of a lockdown, this meditation and talks are helping her, and she is constantly practicing. And today, and actually she wrote it about yesterday. She said, "Good evening, Achan. When I am concentrating on my breath, I can hear my heart beating. Is that okay to concentrate about that? Normally I ignore that and go back to breathing in and out." So that is okay. When you're concentrating on your breath, feeling of a heartbeat is fine. This is one of the experiences that you will experience. And normally what happens is that when we are concentrating on any object that we use that related to the breath, as we concentrate on that, as days pass regularly practicing, our mind slowly become a one with the breath. And as breath become a one with the mind, and slowly we become very conscious about every movement that taking place in our body, and that's mostly related to the breathe in and breathe out. In those cases, we will experience different vibrations in our body and different sensations in our body. So that is absolutely fine to experience that. And all you need is to be no fear for experiencing that. So when you are experiencing any movements or any beating of your heart, and that time you're simply disconnecting from observing the breath, but observing the heartbeat, and you're concentrating on that and aware of that heartbeat. Sometimes you can practice for a couple of times or a little longer, or other times you may observe it, acknowledge that beating heart, and noting that I am observing my beating heart. and later you take away your word I am breathing my heart, simply observing the beating. And once you have noted in that way, mind simply disconnect itself. And that time when the object of beating slows down, mind will try to find other object to think of, other object to hang on. And in that moment, if our mind is sharp enough and we've been practicing observing the primary object, whether it is breath in and out at the nose or at the chest or the abdomen, mind tends to go back to the primary object. So that's why at the beginning of the practice of a meditation, always you are asked to work on that one particular object for a significant amount of the time. It's become a second nature, so we know that we can come back, stay with that breath or with that primary object, which I normally give a simile of having a home. When we have a home, so we suppose we buy a house somewhere in a village. When we found it at first, it would be difficult to get to there. But as once we are in there, and then gradually we observe surroundings and we walk around to find out, we communicate with the people around and we search for the different paths, and gradually as days passed, then we will be able to know the different paths to get to the home. And that's how whenever you are going out, then again we are not thinking of the house, but we are thinking of the place that we are in. So we're simply disconnecting our house, but connecting with the present moment where we are in. But that doesn't mean that we have no house to come back. And at the end of the day, once our job is done, or once we have fulfilled our aims and purpose of going out, then our mind immediately will think of a home where we can go and relax, a home that we can feel secure, a home that our mind would like to go back and stay. So in the practice of a meditation is like that too. If we have a home base, if we know the home base, then it doesn't matter which experience we are experiencing, it doesn't matter what sort of sensations or experience that we have. We simply go and observe, acknowledge, note, and rather than having any objects or objections or commentaries or proliferating or engaging with that and forgetting about the home, but we simply aware of that and then coming back to the home, our home, and that is the primary object of a concentration. So that's why it's okay to have different beatings or different sensations, but remember to come back at the home. Okay, so that is the practice of a meditation and the technique of the practice of a meditation. Right, and I also got a message, a request, in fact, or a form of a kind of a question asking me that to speak out why we have to give a dana. I think I will go on to that later. But first, today we had almost over a half day children's retreat. It started at 9:30 this morning, observing the 8 precepts and chanting, meditation until 3 o'clock, 3:30 this afternoon. So a few people joined in, and also we had a guest speaker from London, Venerable Sumene, came and spoke. So it was quite a meritorious and auspicious time as well, that we had this Vesak celebration online, and it was the first time that we have hosted the online visual interaction event. So this is also to show our gratitude and appreciation to the Buddha, and as well as encouraging our members to remember, although we cannot come and join the events at the center. And on further, many members that I have posted face masks. They have texted me saying that they have received the masks, and there are few people who haven't informed me that they got that masks. I hope that you all got the masks, and still at the center we still have a few masks left, maybe less than 100, but if you're still willing or need it, then let me know, that I can post it for you. Just give me a name, address, and I will post it for you. Okay. And also on this occasion I would like to thank you those who participated on today's retreat, as well as the generous donation that was given to the center. Right. Okay. In terms of the question about the dana, before going to the dana question, and again further, there was one concern raised that because of this lockdown, I got a few calls and also messages informing that plenty or number of people have got a sort of problem, mentally problem, disturbed, and how can we help them. And in this case, I think sometimes you have to talk to the trustworthy, your friend or your family members, or if possible, and you can find plenty of a help line online, or talking, or different organizations are there to help, to talk and to help with these mental issues that you have. So do not just keep for yourself if you're feeling unwell, and if you're feeling very down, so you can speak to the specialist, and also you may find other organizations that can help you as well. And some also the same message also referring that will the meditation help? Well, definitely meditation will help, but if it's very severe and you cannot cope with those sensations and emotions, I would suggest you to go to see the specialist, and meditation as just a supplement or just extra activity, just to keep your mental strength keeping strong, and just learning these sensations and emotions. But do not think that practice of a meditation in that state will help you to be cured or be free from those state of the mind. But if you have been practicing meditation, well, definitely I can confirm that these situations may not be arise in this difficult time. So that's why my conclusion is, if you already have symptoms and feel unwell, then do not hide yourself or do not keep to yourself. Simply go get help from the specialist. And I'm pretty sure that there are plenty of organizations out there to help you in terms of the mental health. I remember last year when I was attending this first aid mental health counseling, there are probably each section there are around 10 to 15 organizations around in the UK are willing to help in the mental health issues. So, and then you will be this will be a confidential to you, and you can speak out with them freely, and they will again refer you to get help for sure. So if you're feeling down, if you're feeling that you have a symptoms, do not keep to yourself, simply contact and get help. But in terms of the meditation practice, it will help, but not in that situation. But however, you can continue practicing that meditation just to keep your mindset stay strong. Right, so now the question about giving a dana. I think I have come across with this topic quite often, and particularly being a monk, I normally speak about give dana or be generous, and this has been a Buddhist practice that everyone has to develop the qualities of giving a dana. And this has been also a very difficult topic for me in a sense that as a monk I supposed to be encouraging people to give a dana, encouraging people to help out and being generous. And since I have seen the difficulties of our members, I tend to hesitate to request for any danas apart from just the basic requisites. And as a result, quite a number of people also ask me to not to be shy to ask for the help and for the giving a dana. And again, people also say that monks always talk about giving a dana and giving a dana. Why not talk about the morality? Why not talk about the meditation? Why not talk about this the development of the wisdom and so and so? And I think this I had the same question, same doubt in the past as well. But later on, as I develop in my practice, and what I realized that these giving dana been a part of learning to let go, and particularly being a householder. Being a householder, you have to go out and working hard, earning things, earning money, earning everything you owned by your own hard works. So your house you owned by having working so hard, your cars, your possessions, TV, watch, mobile phones, and all the gadgets. So you have worked so hard to have that, and you possess that items. So once you have worked hard and then you bought it, and you have a possessiveness. So when you have that possessiveness, what happens is you create the boundaries that this belongs to me, and that belongs to you, and then you're accumulating the material things and the funds and the money, and on the basis of that again we create ego, and with that creation of the ego, what happens is that we try to compare to one another, that I have got this much and he or she hasn't got that much. So we simply demonstrating the ego in a form of the economical instability in that way, and looking down onto someone who is not well enough. So simply we are generating more ego, and also disharmony from our mindset. And as this is one of the causes that the Buddha taught learning to let go by simply giving a dana, and that's how this has become a foundation for the householders to learn to give dana. Letting go or giving a dana or giving a small bit of things become very hard for the householders, because you have worked so hard to earn that amount of the money. Let's say nowadays in average 1 hour working you will receive about £7. So 1 hour of hard working you are earning only £7. And then now when you wish to give, if you don't have a faith, and then even giving to £1, giving away £1 become a very, very hard. And even just thinking to give £1 is very, in a way, it's impossible. Once you have thought, you're saying that I will give this £1, even harder. But once you have said, again, physically giving, that's also very, very hard too. So that's why the emphasis on the giving dana that the Buddha laid down is giving an opportunity to learn to let go from a small bit of things, just to get used to with our habits. And then gradually we can develop into giving bigger subjects, bigger objects, and the bigger things, and in terms of the material things. And gradually this become used to with us. And this is the first ladder that we can learn to give away things. And again, when we think about the giving away, the things that we don't like, it's very easy to let go. But things that we really like, then it's very difficult to give away. Sometimes that object may not be that much costly or expensive, but the value that we put it into that objects become so possessive and so important that it's very difficult to let go. So that's why it's not the object that we have, it's an object that who has given or how we give a value to it makes us difficult to let go. And as a result of that, I normally emphasize that even giving small things, that starts off giving small things, that is the first ladder that we have to develop in ourselves. So, and gradually as we develop giving, then we will be able to let go of our emotions. And this is the second ladder that we can develop in us. And then when we are able to let go of our emotions and negative feelings that is haunting us, that is making us unhappy, upset, stressed, distress, even that may cause to the mental illness, then we will be able to recognize it, see it properly, and able to let go. And that's the second ladder. And then the third And then the third bigger things is that we able to let go and able to share with other people rather than just within the community or within the family members. We see every being as a being that related to us and able to extend our generosity and kindness towards them ability to go. The last bit, which is very hard, I normally linked it with the giving away our personality view or the ego, and this is one of the hardest thing to let go. And this is again is the first ladder to be the noblehood according to the Buddhism, Sakkaya Ditthi. So giving small things, never think it as a small, but this is the first or beginning or the foundation building that we have to develop by learning to give away and learning to let go slowly, and gradually we can let go of all the sufferings, all emotions, and then even to our own ego. And the question comes, why do we have to give to the monks? Again, giving to the monks, it's because our mind is so conditioned that we normally give to someone who we believe in. And then monks are one of them that we can believe in. That's why it's when you think of giving to the monks or to the temples or even to the hospitals and the schools, much easier to give because you see the benefit of giving it. And that's how the whole philosophy of giving began, and gradually it extends. And then that's why the monks, when monks go out to collect the food, they never say that give me a dana or give me a food, but they simply walk and then whoever sees that these monks are here to collect alms, then their hearts opens and able to let go little bit of things that they have and give it to the monk. Like when I remember a couple of times when I was going for alms in the city Aberdeen, there are sometimes the local people, those who are not a Buddhist but they have traveled to Thailand, have seen the Buddhist monk walking along with the bowl holding. They come and put a few money, or sometimes apples, sometimes water, or sometimes fruits, give it to us in our bowls. And these are the symbols of learning to let go. So that's why giving dana is basically a foundation to let go our possessiveness, let go of our emotions, let go of our ego, and that leads to the ladder, to the noblehood. And that's why it needs to be developed bit by bit, bit by bit. And then again, one more thing we have to be mindful of, that always combined with the wisdom. You're not giving dana, or you're not giving away if you have only 10 pounds and you give away all the 10 pounds. You have to calculate reasonably that how much you want to give. And once you have given, you are not in the difficult position. So always look at in that way too. So always use the wisdom to do any particular time, any particular things, or any particular jobs when you are going to give a dana. But obviously once you have developed the qualities, at the end you will be able to give away things. That's why in every religion there is a concept of a giving to the temple, or concept of a giving to build the temples, which will give us more fruits and a satisfaction and merits. So, and this is I think would be my short response to a person who asks about giving a dana. And I offer this as tonight's reflection. So I end here, and we will have this evening chanting, and guided meditation will follow after that. So with this, may you be happy, peaceful and successful, and stay safe. Take care. Before ending, if you have any question or anything you want to share, you can post to me. And at the end, would like to thank you everyone for following and listening the talks, and I hope it is helping you to understand, clarify some of the some of the things that you unsure, and also some of the things that you never knew. Now it helps you to understand, so gaining a little bit more understanding of it and the teachings of the Buddha. So with this, thank you very much, and good night if you are not following. But if you're following, then see you for the chanting and meditation. Thank you.